welcome back to Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I guess I'm going to be working on my canvas a little bit here while we talk. Going to shift gears here, and we're going to talk about some cars, specifically muscle cars of the 60s and 70s. If you don't know what the muscle car is, they were high performance American automobiles that were typically two doors. They were equipped with a large displacement V8 engine and rear wheel drive. They were designed specifically for powerful straight line speed and acceleration rather than cornering or luxury, and were generally more affordable than more luxurious cars. The muscle car age, if you want to call it that, originally started in 1964, and excuse me, I'm sorry. And went into the 70s. As we got further into the 70s, we were having issues with gas prices and gas availability, and they started coming out with emissions requirements that really cut down on the performance of the engines. So things kind of tapered off. But some of the vehicles were the Ford Mustang, which was originally introduced in 1964, the Dodge Charger and Challenger, Chevrolet Camaro and Chevelle, and Pontiac GTO. Classic muscle cars include the Camaro Super Sport or SS, Chevelle SS, available with a 396 or 454 cubic inch engine, the Nova Super Sport, and the Corvette. Dodge had the Charger RT, the Challenger 440 6-pack, the Cornet, the Super B, and the Charger Daytona. Interestingly, the Challenger 440 6-pack, what the 6-pack referred to was 3 two-barrel carburetors. That was known as a 6-pack. Of course, nobody has carburetors anymore. Everything is fuel injected nowadays, or electric. You had from Ford, the Ford Mustang, the Ford Mustang Boss 429, which meant it had a 429 cubic inch engine, the Torino Cobra, and the Fairlane Thunderbolt. Pontiac had the GTO, Firebird Trans Am, and the Tempest. Plymouth had the Barracuda, the Roadrunner, the GTX, AMC, which you don't know of, I'm sure, because it hasn't been around for a very long time. It used to be Rambler, but then they became AMX or AMC. They had the Javelin. Buick had the GS 455. Olds had a 442. Very large engines, very good gas guzzlers, and fun to drive. So we're going to talk some here about the Ford Mustang. It was originally released in April of 1964 and was an instant sensation. The body design was something everybody liked, and it stayed that way until like 1971, when they changed the body design to the Mustang II. And the Mustang II just was god-awful ugly, let's put it that way. It really stank. The Mustang, as I said, had a sporty design. It was a two-door coupe. You could also get it as a convertible and as a hatchback. And I owned a couple of them. Both of them were 1969 models. One of them was a red convertible that I bought when I was in Panama, in the Canal Zone. I was like the fifth owner. It had a 289 and V8 engine and an automatic transmission. It was a fun car. I sold it and left it there when I came back to the States. And then a couple years later, I bought a 1969 Ford Mustang hatchback. And this car originally had the 289 V8 in it, but a prior owner had pulled that out and put in a 351 Windsor, and with a 4-barrel carburetor. And that thing was fun. Let's put it that way, it was fun. And there have been several generations, I think 8 or 9 generations of the Ford Mustang. And it's still in production, still popular. And another one I wanted to talk about was the Plymouth Roadrunner. And it was introduced in 1968 by Chrysler, and again it was a mid-size model, 2-door coupe. It had a 383 V8 engine, which was pretty awesome. It had a Spartan trim level, which means that it wasn't really luxurious, but it wasn't made to be luxurious. It was made for speed. And during this time also Pontiac had the GTO and Plymouth had the GTX. The Roadrunner was initially a sales success and was a good running car. So much so that in 69 and 70, Los Angeles Police Department used a four-door model for their patrol cars. But again, you know, the Roadrunner was really awesome. It was popular. The body design was really good. So, you know, if you've owned one of these old muscle cars or a newer muscle car, you know, or had a car that, you know, you really liked, you know, let us know. The car that we have right now, it's a Toyota Sienna van. It's the first Toyota I've ever owned, and I really like it. It's a good vehicle. It's been dependable, and it runs well. So I guess now I'm going to tell you a story about the worst car I ever had. This was the first car that I bought by myself in, God, what was it? 1971, I guess. And it was a 64 Pontiac Le Mans station wagon. This thing was huge. And it had a 396 V8 engine in it, automatic transmission. Not long after I bought it, I took a trip from where I was stationed at Fort Riley, Kansas, middle of Kansas, out to Southern California, and it ran fine. You know, I was on leave for like 2 weeks and started heading back, and was on I-40 in Gallup, New Mexico. Had some problems. Had to get a new battery, voltage regulator, and generator for the car, which took pretty much all the cash I had. Didn't have a credit card at that time. And so I went from Gallup, New Mexico back to Kansas using my mother's Texaco credit card, which I had not given back to her. Boy, it was downhill from there. I replaced the transmission in it twice. It developed electrical problems. The taillights went out. It jumped its timing chain. It was a real mess. And I had that car for, I don't know, 2.5 years, 3 years. Ended up driving it back to California after I got out of the service in 72. and was finally able to relieve myself of it. But yeah, there's good cars and there's bad cars, but I guess you've got to do the maintenance on them. Without the maintenance, they're going to go downhill.
Especially the newer cars.
And pretty much that's all I've got for you. I will show you the canvas as it is now, my canvas. As you can see, I'm working on the skulls here. And this is the engine portion of it. I'm really enjoying this canvas. It's coming out good. And this week I'd like you to post in
Diamond Painting
2.0 your partial completion, or wherever you're at.
Your progress,
yeah. Your progress on your canvas. I know that at least one of you have completed. And as I said when we started this, I will be having a drawing at the end for a couple of canvases anyway. And we'll probably do a preview of them next go around. So have a great day, great week. Keep plugging away at your canvas. We'll talk to you next time. Bye, everyone.